I cannot believe we are already sitting here having a conversation about the holidays. I feel like 2024 has blown by, and with it coming to the end of the year, that means it is time to talk about holidays, budget, prep, spending, all of the good things to help you prepare for this season. It is also crazy that Thanksgiving is later this year. So, that holiday season, whether you're celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you choose to celebrate, everything feels a little more condensed, right? It feels like things are faster. You only have those not even 4 weeks until Christmas Eve. And then I know Hanukkah falls right after that this year. So, it is jam packed. And with that, we have to be prepared financially. I have found this landscape has also shifted with everybody doing free Black Friday sales. Heck, I already got one today, and it's the beginning of November, telling me to start my holiday shopping, my holiday outfits, you name it, and are already giving me offers for things I need to buy. And it's coming from everywhere, right? It's no longer just, the big box stores like Target's, online places like Amazon, or, your local small mom and pop shops on Small Business Saturday. Everyone, it feels like, is running some type of promo or sale or last push for the end of the year. And so, with that, it can be really overwhelming to balance everything, to make sure that you are staying in line with your goals. So, when it comes to holiday spending, it can be tricky, right? I always encourage people to start setting aside money early. And yes, it's already the beginning of November. And so, as you prepare for this holiday season, I want you to gather data. I want you to take note of how much you are spending on everything, right? The holidays aren't just about gifts anymore. It's the outfits you need, getting the holiday cards done, going to all the different holiday parties and having to bring a hostess gift, food, right? Inflation has hit food really hard over the last couple of years. And so the price to now host a holiday party, the holiday dinner, it has gone up astronomically. And it's no longer the food, right? You need all the decorations. And don't get me wrong, I love to go to Home Goods and get all the paper products that match with it. All of these things need to factor into the holiday budget. So if you haven't set one for this year or estimated savings goal, I want you to use this year for gathering data. Check out how much you spend on all of these areas. Keep receipts, keep a log, really note, okay, maybe you had to do a bigger purchase this year. Maybe you had to buy something for, a lawn decoration or a new Christmas tree or a new menorah, a big ticket item that you might not have to buy year after year. Not note all of these things down. So next year when this rolls around, you can say, okay, I'm going to subtract out, the $300, or maybe it's even more for whatever you had to buy. That's a one-off. That was more of an investment piece for this year. But saving all this data is going to allow you to then divide up and say, okay, every month, these Christmas and holiday savings accounts used to exist at banks, but aren't as much of a thing anymore. So you can now create your own. And then to figure out how much you need to save, you can do a slight increase or adjustment to whatever you spent during this holiday season. I also encourage you to go back to my earlier point. We start talking about the holidays and start spending and shopping end of October, early November now. So make sure you have your money set aside and your savings ready to go by that time period. It's no longer, okay, Black Friday, I want to make sure I have all my money set aside, or, by the end of the year so I can pay off the credit card bill. If you're spending the money in November, come December, that credit card bill and that company are going to come knocking wanting their money. The other thing I want you to take into consideration is what are different ways that you are giving back to charities for the end of the year. I know a lot of us, $5 here, $10 there, or even larger amounts, and those can add up. And I want you to make sure you have room for those in your budget. I know for me, it is so important during the holiday season to be sponsoring families, making sure that I'm donating food to the local pantry. It gets really cold here in the Northeast, so buying clothes, hats, donating them whenever I can is really important to me. And that takes a lot of time and also money. And I never want to be in a position where I can't fulfill those kind of promises I've made to myself and also to my community during this time of year. So to me, factoring in those charitable ways to give back, whether it's in your time or your money, that is important and essential to think about this time of year. The other thing I want you to think about is what are the gifts that matter? So many of us, especially too, and I am guilty of this 100 times over, we get in the shopping frenzy, right? It's, oh my gosh, this would be so cute for this person or that person. And then I find myself buying gifts for people that I might not normally need to or intend to. And then this can create the endless cycle. And I was having this conversation actually with a client the other day who said, "Oh, yeah, I don't know why, but we keep doing gifts for each other and it just feels like a lot." It started one year, and for some reason, we've kept it going this entire time. And so make sure you're conscious of that as you are shopping. Know who it is you need to shop for. I actually, even in my iPhone, I keep a list. And as I see things popping up now, I'm not ready to start my holiday shopping, but I take a note for myself, or I drop a link into my notes app and I say, here are the people I need to shop for. And then as I see things, I drop it in there. This way, too, before I start my holiday shopping, I can look and say, okay, this makes sense. This feels right. This works from a budget standpoint. That way, I'm not sitting here with 100 different gifts, trying to remember who goes to what and realizing how much money I spent. Nobody wants to wake up in December or January, depending on when you do your shopping, and say, oh my goodness, what have I done? There is so much frenzy created around this holiday, and we want to enjoy it and not have that spending hangover. So I am excited. We are going to be diving into a lot of different topics for the rest of the year to help you prepare for 2025 and year end on the Wealth Cafe. So make sure you are subscribed and following along for all the amazing things we have to share. See you soon.